Hello, everyone. I'm Frank, and welcome to Frank Puzzles. And this is today's very hard puzzle. And it's called From A to Zeta, a Zodiac puzzle. And it's by Zeta Math and Friends. Here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit such that every row, column, and designated 9-cell region contains the digits 1 through 9 exactly once each. And each letter from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and Z, or Zeta, stands for a different digit from 1 through 9. Each labeled gray letter cell in the grid contains that digit. Other clues in the grid are standard, killer, little killer, quadruples, skyscraper, or numbered rooms clues. The details are below. So the digits A through Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and Z, or Z, as the I believe the British say, and Canadians. Those all represent a distinct digit from 1 through 9. So if it's an A, it cannot be the same as a C or a Z or any of the other letters. An A stands for the same single digit. Same for the C, same for the D, same for every other letter. Where it's in a cell, these digits have to be the digits that they represent, right, in the cell. So that's what they are for in the cell. Where a question mark is used, so there are a couple places where we have question marks. It always represents a 2-digit total. That is, the leading question mark is never 0. So this is always a 2-digit total, which ends in a Z, whatever digit that is. And this adds up to a question mark E. So this is guaranteed then to be 1, and this is an E as the ones digit here. But this could be multiple ones. It's just that it's a 2-digit number. We don't know what, though. With the sum adding up to a question mark F. So these are always 2-digit numbers. They're never 1-digit numbers. Okay. Digits in cages sum to the given total. Digits cannot repeat within a cage, so that's why I said this was 1E, essentially, is the sum. So these digits must sum up to 1 and E, because with 1 being the tens digit here. Because 2 digits can't add up to 20-something or more. It has to add up to a teen or less. And obviously, since it's a 2-digit number, it can't be 0 as the question mark. So these 3 digits must add up to a 2-digit number with the ones digit being Z. This cage must add up to a 2-digit number with the ones digit being F here. So those are killer cage Sudoku. Digits along an indicated diagonal have the indicated sum. So digits may repeat along such diagonals. So the digits on this diagonal here must sum to a 2-digit number ending with the ones digit being Z. And these 3 digits must sum up to G, because that's the little killer in this direction. So that's an example of how little killers work. Circles within the grid are quadruples, and the indicated digit appears at least once in the 4 surrounding cells. So there must be an A appearing around this quad in at least one of the 4 cells around this quad. And that's how quadruples work. Digits with a door are numbered rooms. The indicated digit appears a number of cells into that row or column given by the first number in that row and column. So for example, if this were, say, a 6 here, that would mean C would have to appear in the 6th cell in this row. And that's an example of how numbered rooms works. And finally, we have digits with a building are skyscrapers, and they indicate how many digits are seen from the perspective of the clue. If digits are only seen if they are the highest digit encountered so far. So for example, if we were to have something like, I don't know, 3, 6, 1, 5, 4, 8, 9, 7, 2 in column 3, then this cell would see 3, 6, 8, and 9. It would not see 1, 5, or 4. Those would be blocked by the 6 in front of it. It would not see 7 and 2. Those would be blocked by the 8 and 9 in front of it. So therefore, in this case, E would be 4, if that's the case. And that's an example of how skyscraper clues work. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. Where do we start? Okay, so for question mark E and question mark H, that means those are the sum of two digits summing up to a two-digit sum. So that's 17 at most, which would be 8 and 9. So that means E and H have to be from 1 through 7 here. Because it must be either 11 or up to 17 here for these two digits to add up to a two-digit sum. Okay. C here cannot appear in the rest of box 6 because we already have a C in that box. So this must be 4 through 9 for the number rooms clues for C here. Z here, or sorry, G here, Z here cannot be 3. That's all we know. Because if it's 3, G would have to be in the third position here, and G plus 2 other digits is not going to add up to G. Also, G has to be 6 through 9 because it's the sum of 3 unique digits here. So, and the sum of 3 unique digits can be at the minimum 1, 2, and 3, which adds up to 6. Okay. So Z is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It can't be 1. So since G is not 1, for a numbered rooms clue, you cannot have 1 be referencing its, unless the numbered rooms clue is a 1. You can't have it, you can't have the first digit be 1, right? Because then it would be saying, hey, whatever digit is in the numbered rooms clue has to be in the first position, but we have 1 as the first position, obviously. Well, we know G is specifically cannot be 1. It's 6, 7, 8, or 9, so 1 cannot be here either. So Z is not 1, which means this digit cannot be 1 either. So this is 2 through 9. What does that mean for A? A cannot be 9. So A has to be 1 through 8. A is not 1. Oh, A could be 1. Never mind. Um, G is not. Oh, G and F both cannot be here. Oh, this digit cannot be A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, so this is Z. We're going to mark them as colors. So this is pink. Actually, we're going to mark it in colors with reference to the digits here. So this is light, medium, dark, green, orange, red, yellow, and blue. So this is Z, which means that is pink. Remaining digits in row 5 cannot be A, B, C, or D. G can't be here. F can't be here because of F and G in the box. So this has to be a medium yellow pair here as F and G. Green and orange have to be E and H because there's no other place for it now in row 5. So this is green or orange here. Interesting. Oh. So since this adds up to question mark Z, and Z is in this cage, that means the other two digits have to add up to 10. So E and H have to add up to 10, which is either 3, 7, or 4, 6. Interesting. Huh. That means these add up to 30. Right? You have 13 and 17 or 14 and 16 here. Well, to add up to 30, that means you have 4 unique digits to add up to 30. It has to be a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruplet because that's the maximum for 4 digits, and that adds up to exactly 30. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9 here, which eliminates 6, 7, 8, 9 in the rest of the box. So the rest of the box has to be 1 through 5. Interesting. The remaining digits in box 5 have to be A, B, C, and D. So that's light, dark, red, and blue. Hmm. Huh. Huh. Okay, so then this cannot be G because it's 1 through 5, which means that's medium. This can't be medium, that's G. So then G has to be one of these two digits here. Huh. F is obviously there. Hmm. So G cannot appear here in row 9, so it can't be 5. How many digits can be seen here? So E is 3, 4, 6, or 7. Uh, Okay. These digits have to add up to G, which could be 1 through 6, because 1, 2, and 6 as the largest digit adds up to at most 9, or at least 9. A, where does A appear? Where does C appear? C cannot be the same as F, so this is not 5. So C can either be here, here, or one of these 3. Okay, does that help us any? Not particularly. E is 3, 4, 6, and 7. E cannot appear in this cage because that would require E plus another digit to add up to H cannot appear either in this digit. So E can't be here. E in box 4 has to either appear here or here. What happens if E is 7? That would mean these digits have to be C 7 skyscrapers. So this would have to be at minimum 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1 through 4, 1 through 5, right? Because you could have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10. And that's not possible. So if E were 3, this would be 3 at most, because you could see 3 through 9 here then. Sorry, if E were 7, this would have to be 3 at most, this would have to be 4 at most, and this would have to be 5 at most. But we'd have 6 cells in column 3 requiring the digits 1 through 5. Therefore, E cannot be 7. So therefore, H can't be 3. Okay. If E is 6, this would be 1 through 4, 1 through 5, 1 through 6. That would mean you have a 1 through 6 combination, which would require 6 to be here. So this is if E were 6. But the problem is E would have to be 6 there also. So E cannot be 6 here. Interesting. So E can't be 7, E can't be 6, which means H has to be 6 or 7 here. So E cannot appear here, and E cannot appear here in box 4. E has to be one of these 3 digits, which means for the number rooms clues, we have 4, 5, or 6 for where E can be. E has to be one of these 3 digits. H cannot appear here, So where is H going to be in box 4? It has to be one of these two. So this is the other green, or this is H, which is the other green or orange there. So, if H is 7, that means E is 6. So if H is 7, E has to be 3 to add up to 10. So therefore, that would be 13 here. So therefore, G would have to be 6 in that case. So G would be 6 in that case. If H is 6, that means E would be 4. So that means E and H would have to be adding up to, it would be 14. Sorry, G and H would add up to 14. So in that case, so this is guaranteed to have a 9 here. And it must be either 7, 9 to add up to 16, or 8, 9 adding up to 17. This cannot have a 9. Therefore, 6 is guaranteed to be one of these two, which means we can't have a 6 here. So, C cannot be 7, can't be G or H, which we know are here. So this cannot be 8 or 9. C has to be 4 or it's 7 here. That means it can never be light. So again, if this is 7, if this is 6 here as H has to be there. This is 16, so and this is 14. So this must be 6 and 8 adding up to G. So G has to be 6 or 8, which means this is guaranteed not to have a 6, and we have a guaranteed 1 in one of these 3 cells. Okay. Interesting. So this sees 3 or 4 skyscrapers here. If it sees 3, this can be up to 7 here. This could be up to 8, and this could be up to 9. That's possible. E is 3 or 4, so this could very well be 23 or 24, possibly. All right. D cannot be in the 9th cell here because we have a D in that column 9 already. So therefore, this is 1 through 8 as possibilities. A cannot be in the 5th cell. It cannot be in the 9th cell. So A has to be in 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, or 8. Mm-hmm. Um, hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Um, we don't really know what this is. It's at least 20 something because 6 unique digits add up to at least 21. So E has to. Oh, E can't be fifth here. That's F. So this has to be 4 or 6 here for E. Now that's interesting. Hmm. Hmm. If E is 4, that means this can't be 4 because E would have to appear somewhere here. Um, okay, so what happens if E is 4? If E is 4, that means this number rooms clue cannot be 4 there because that would say 4 has to be in the fourth spot when it's actually in the first spot. So that would force this to be 6. So if E is 4, that would force that to be, E has to be in the sixth position because that's F. And so this would have to be 4 there, which would mean that's not 4 there. It would be 7. But that would be saying C has to be in the seventh position, which would be 4, which obviously doesn't work because E is 4 in that position. So E cannot be 4. We know E has to be 3. So E is 3. That means H is 7. So 7 has to be one of these two. This adds up to 17, which is 8 and 9. That eliminates 8 being here. This is 6 and 7. So we know this is a 6-7 pair here. This is 8-9 pair here. 3 cannot be A or B, so 3 has to be one of these two. 3 cannot be F. So this must be 4 or 6 here still. This does only see 3 cells. Hmm. So this cannot be 6 or 7. G has to be 2, 4, 8, and 9. This is 3, 7 as a pair. This is 6 here. Okay. So either this adds up to 23 or it's 13 here. We're not sure. Three is either in the fourth or sixth position, so this cannot be 3 here. This has to be 1, 2, and 3 to add up to 6. Which eliminates 1, 2, and 3 in the rest of the box. So the rest of this box has to be 4 through 9. No 6 here because of 6 in the column. 6 cannot be in the second position, so this can't be 6. 6 has to be either 4, 8, or 9. Well, that means 4 cannot be in the 7th position here. So therefore, this can't be 6, therefore it must be 4, which eliminates 4 in the rest of the column. And that's saying E has to be in the 4th position, so that's 3 there. That means we have a guaranteed 4 as A or B. So 4 can no longer be here because of 4 in the box. 4 can't be here because of 4 in the column. So this is green or orange. We don't know which one. So since one of these is 4, G cannot be 4 here. Or Z cannot be 4. It's 8 or 9. Aha. So that means pink is one of these two. G has to be one of these two. Which means G cannot appear here. So we have a guaranteed 6 here, which eliminates 6 in the rest of the box. So this can't be 6, this can't be 6. We have a guaranteed 6 in one of these 3 cells. So Z has to be one of these two. C could still be that digit there. We don't know. So this cannot be F. It cannot be any of these digits here. It can't be Z, so it has to be either light or dark here. So one of these is the other 8 or 9. Can C be... Well, C could be this one if it's 8 or 9, right? Then it would be there. If C is that one... Oh, the 6-7 pair eliminates 6-7 here, so this cannot be 7, it's 4. Which means C must be that one. So it's not blue, it's not red. That's dark. That means these can't be dark. Well, where is the other dark? It can only be here. So this is pink and dark here. This is light, which means one of these is light. Which means this cannot be light. This is blue or red. So blue or red goes down to here, which means this is the other blue or red. So this is D. Okay. So C is 8 or 9 also. Okay. Sorry, C is 8 or 9. We have E there. E is there, so 3 has to be one of these two. D cannot be 9. 6 is no longer allowed. 4 can no longer be allowed. Okay. So 3 is not going to be seen here. One of these is definitely not going to be seen. Actually, both of these can't be seen. So 6 has to be one of these 3 here. We have question mark. So F is 1, 2, or 5. D is 1, 2, or 5 also. So these have to be 1, 2, 4, and 5, and this is 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay. Four eliminates 4 in the rest of row 9. So we have a 6 here, guaranteed. Wait, this is not pink. This is yellow. Apologies for that. Which means yellow is one of those 3. So E here is either 13 or 23. Oh. A, we have a guaranteed 6 in one of these two cells. If this were 6, A would have to only see 4 cells. Oh, that's possible. No. Right, 4 is A or B. Huh. Number rooms clue for Z. Z cannot be 4th here because of the 4 in the box. And it can't be 5 or 6 because of how Z has to be in the box in one of these two cells. So Z cannot be 5 or 6. It's either 2, 3, 7, 8, or 9. So where is Z? Oh, sorry, where is G in row 9? It has to be in the 8th position. So this is yellow, which means this can't be yellow. So that's the this is H, which forces this to be yellow. So then this is 6 here. This is 7. That's 6. So for this number rooms clue, Z has to be 8. So this is 8 here, 8 here. 8 cannot be in the 4th position. So this has to be not pink. That's dark, which means this is not dark. That's pink. So we have 8 here. This is 9. 8 eliminates 8 in the rest of the row. So this is 6. This is 8. This is 6. This is C's are 9. We can remove 8 from the rest of box 9. We can remove 9 from the rest of column 8. 4 eliminates 4 in the rest of row 4. So this 4 matches the A or B. This becomes then a 3-8 pair here. Okay, 9 eliminates 9 in the rest of column 1. So 8 has to be in the 2nd, 3rd, or 7th positions. So we have a guaranteed 8 either here, here, or here. So it can be 1, 2, or 5. So one of these is a 6. Remaining digits of row 6 are 1, 2, 5, and 7. 4 eliminates 4 from being there. So, how many digits does A see? A cannot see the 8 here. So, even if it sees this cell and 6, it can only see 7 and 9 at most here. 9 is guaranteed to be one of these 3 digits here. So A cannot be 5 because it can't see 5 cells there. You could be 2 to see 7 and 9. You cannot see 1 cell here. So A sees 2 or 4. If this is 2, if this were 2 here, that would force A to be 4, but we would only see 2, 6, and 9 in row 9. We would not, 7 would have to be here. So this cannot be 2 here. So that means Z cannot be in the second position anymore. Z is either in the 3rd or the 7th position. Can A ever be 4? You would have to see 3, 6, and then the problem is you would see only 9. You can't see 7 because 7 can't be here because of 7 in the box. So no, A cannot be 4. A is 2, which leaves a 4 there, so this can't be 2 here. So these are not 2. That means A cannot be, has to be light. Because 4 has to go down here because 4 can't be here. And we have this as an FD pair. So A is light. That means this can't be light here. This is blue or red. So no 2 here. That leaves this as a 2. So no 2 here. A is 2. A has to be in surrounding this quad. So this cannot be 2 here. So A has to be one of these 2 here. That means to see 2 cells, it has to have a 7 here because otherwise it would see 3 cells. So this is 7, which means Z has to be in the 7th position. So that's 8. So this can't be 7. 7 eliminates 7 in the rest of the row. So that's 5. That eliminates 5 in the rest of the box. 7 eliminates 7 here. So one of these 2 was a 7. That means we have 6 and 7 here. 8 has to be one of this is a 1-5 pair, which eliminates 1 and 5 in the rest of the column. So we can't have an 8 here. We have to have an 8 there. Two eliminates 2 there. Obviously, D could be 1. So that's fine, potentially. This doesn't have 6 or 7. It cannot be 1, 3, or 5. So this is 9 here with 1, 2, or 3 there. No 3 here because of 3 in the column. No 2 here because of 2 in the column. This can't be 9 because of 9 in the column. So this must add to something 8. We have 8 guaranteed here, and it can be either with 2 or 9. Well, if it's 8, 9, this has to be 6 to add up to 23. Because it's 17 already. If it's 2, 9, can that add up to 13? No, because you'd have another 2 there, and that would repeat the 2 in that cage. And you can't obviously add up to 23, So this must be 8, 9 here, and this is 6. That means this cannot be 9 here. This is a 2, 6, 7 triplet. We are guaranteed to see at least a 9 here. Remaining digits in box 7 have to be 1, 2, 3, and 5. No 2 here because of 2 in the column. This is 2, 6, 7 then. 6 eliminates 6 here. We have a 4, 7, 9 triplet in box 9, which eliminates 4, 7, 9 in the rest of the box, so no 4 here. This is 6. That means one of these two is a 4. One of these two is a 7. That's obvious. We have a guaranteed 2 there. We don't need the coloring anymore, so we can just remove coloring. Though I do like to keep this one. So let's make that orange, and let's keep this, I guess, medium. And then this is orange. So we know that those are the same. Z is in the... Okay, so this is done. So this is done both ways. This is... The skyscraper works with seeing just 7 and 9 for 2. For the numbered rooms clue, 8 is in the 7th position. For the numbered rooms for the G, so this little killer's done. This numbered rooms clue is done. 8 cannot be here. So for this numbered rooms clue is done. C is in the 4th position. 1, 3, and 5. Okay, so D cannot be in the 3rd position. So this would be either 1 or 5. Oh. What happens if D is 5? Then this becomes ambiguous, right? I mean, it can't fulfill either of them because... So if D is 5, that means where is the position of D? D would have to be either in the 1st or 5th position, but if D is in the 1st position, that would say that D is 1, because there would have to be 1 there. If it's saying D is in the 5th position, with D being 5, that doesn't work because D would be 5. So D can never be 5. D has to be 1, which means this D must be in... It could be still in the 5th position or the 1st position, so that actually works. This one eliminates 1 here, so that's 5. That's just 5. Okay, so we don't need colorings there anymore. So F is something 5. It's either 25 or 35. It cannot be 45. Is E in the 4th position? It is. So what we know is 1 has to be either in the 1st position or the 5th position. So this can't be 1. This can't be 1. So we have a guaranteed 1 in one of those positions. Interesting. One eliminates 1 here. So in box 9, where is the 1? 1 has to be here, which means this cannot be 1. This is a 2, 3, 9 triplet. 1 in box 7 then has to be one of these 3 digits here. Okay. Remaining digits of box 8 are 1, 4, 5, and 8. No 5 or 8 here. That's 1 or 4. A is, again, 2. So that means 1 and 4 eliminate 1 and 4 here. So this can't be 5. It's a 1-4 pair here. So A is 2, so this can't be 1. We can't have 4 here because of 1 and 4 in the column. 2 can't be here because that's saying 2 would have to be in the second position when it's actually in the first. So 2 has to be in the third, 6, which it can't be, or 7th positions here. 3 or 7. But if this is 3, that would force 2 to be here and 2 to be here, which is not possible. So this can't be 3, which makes that 7. So 2 has to be in the 7th position. So that's 2, which makes this 3. 2 eliminates 2 here. So where is 2 in box 7? It has to be here. 7 eliminates 7 here. So this is done for the numbered rooms. Numbered room is done there. We've done this for the quad. 7 eliminates 7 in the rest of the column, so this is 9. That makes us 4, which makes that 7. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 5. 7 and 5 eliminate 7 and 5 there, so it's 2, which leaves that as a 7 there. So it's not that one, it's that one. That satisfies the quad. Okay, so we've got number rooms. 7 is pointing at the 2 in the 7th position. 4 saying C is, which is 9, is in the 4th position. 8 is saying 6 is in the 8th position. This adds up to 6. 1, 2, and 3. 4 is saying 3 is in the 4th position. So that satisfies. 7 saying, this doesn't say anything. It's 7 and 9 C are only seen, which is 2. 9 eliminates 9 here, so that's 8 and 9. That eliminates 8 in the rest of the row. This can't be 1 again, because 1 has to be either in the 1st or the 5th position. Remaining digits of column 5, we have 1, 2, 4, 9. Remaining digits of column 9, we have 3 and 6. This can't be 3 because of 3 in the row, so this is 6, which makes that 3. 6 eliminates 6 here. So we are guaranteed to see this digit and the 9. Do we see 3 cells either way? I think so. So if this is 2, this can't be 2. If this is 2, this becomes 7, that's 6. It would see 2, 6, and 7 here, and 9, which is 4 digits for the skyscraper, which is not allowed. So this cannot be 2. This is 6 then, which means this can't be. It sees 6, it sees 7, and it sees 9 guaranteed. 4 eliminates 4 in the rest of this row here. Remaining digits of column 1, we have 1, 3, 5, and 4. 3 can't be here because of 3 in the row. In column 2, we have 1, 3, 5, and 9. This can't be 3 here because of 3's in the row. So this is satisfied also. F is a 5, so this is 25 or 35. 3 eliminates 3 here, so this is 8 and 3. Okay. Remaining digits in column 7. 5, 8, and 9. That's 22 already. Remaining digits in column. This can't be 8 because of 8 in the row. We have 1, 2, and 4 remaining in column 8. Again, this is either 35 or 25. We have 22 already. So cannot be 25 because these have to be distinct digits. We do not have 3 available. We do not have 6 available. And we have already 5, 8, and 9. So we need 6 digits to add up to 35, which means 3, 6, and 1 must be missing as the unique digits. Because we're already missing 3, we're already missing 6. Because 6 can't be here or here, so therefore 6 can't be in the cage. 3 can't be here or here because of 3's in the boxes. So we have to have a 7, which cannot be any of these digits, so 7 has to be here. And this has to be a 2-4 pair, which eliminates 2-4 in the rest in this box because that sees both of them. Therefore, this becomes 1. That eliminates 1 from being there. It's 2-4 as a pair. Right? 2, 8. 2 and 8 add up to 10. 4, 7, and 9 add up to 20. Plus the 5 gives us 35. 1 eliminates 1 in the rest of the row. These 2 and 4s see all of these cells, so none of these can be 2 or 4. So we have 1, 5, 6, 8, and 9. It cannot be 7 because 6 can't be here either. Hold up. No, 6 can't be either of these because of 6 in the column, can't be either of these, so 6 has to be there. 7 eliminates 7 here, so that's 3 and 7. 3 eliminates 3 here, so that's 2, which makes us 9, which makes that 3. 2 eliminates 2 here, so that's 4, which means this can't be 4. It's 2, which makes that 4. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 1 and 4. It also eliminates 4 here, so that's 5. So these cannot be 1 or 5. It's 8. This can't be 5 or 8. It's 1, which makes that not 1. It's 4. 5 eliminates 5 here, so this is 1, and that satisfies that. These cannot be 1 here. It's 3, 5 as a pair. 7 eliminates 7 here, so that's 2 and 7. Remaining digits in row 3 are 1, 5, and 9, but this can't be 1. Therefore, this is a 5, 9 pair. That eliminates 5 and 9 in the rest of row 3, so that's 1. No 1 here. No 1 here. Where's the 1 in box 2? It cannot be here or here, and these are filled out, so 1 has to be there. We have a 5, 8, 9 triplet in row 2, which eliminates 5, 8, 9 in the rest of the row. Also, this can't be 4 or 9 because this is a 5, 8, 9 triplet here. So this must be 2 there. And this must be 4. No 4 there. 5, 8, 9. Okay. So, okay, let's just double check. Does this see 3 skyscrapers? 6, 7, and then 9. Yes. We haven't done that yet. Is this pointing to the 2? Yes, it is. 7 is pointing at the 2. Is this pointing at the 9? It is. 4 is pointing at the 9. Is this pointing at the 6? 8 is pointing at the 6. Does 1, 3, and 2 add up to 6? It does. Is the 2 surrounding this quad? It is. Is this pointing at the 3, which is what E is? It is. 4. Is this is this pointing at the 8, which it is. 7th position is 8, and Z is 8. This sees 2 cells, that's 7 and 9. Is 1 pointing at the 1? It is. So D is 1. So now we just have this to fulfill out, and it has to be something Z. So it must end in an 8 for the 1's digit. Okay, what do we have currently? This adds up to 18. This adds up to 13. This adds up to 17, which satisfies those. This adds up to 23, which is what E is. And this adds up to 35, which is what the F is, 5. Okay, so what is the sum already? 2 and 8. Well, okay, 8. So something minus 8. So the rest are what? 2, 3, 5, which is 10. Plus 6 is 16. So the other ones must add up to 4 or 14. Can they add up to 4? No, because this is be at minimum 3 and 5. So it must add up to 14, which means this must be 5 and this must be 9. To add up to 14. So that's 5, that's 9, which gives us 10. 11, so that's 21, plus 9 is 30, 38. So 9, 3, 5 eliminates 5 here, so that's 3. This can't be 3 or 9, it's 5. That makes this 9 there. 5 and 9 eliminate 5 and 9 there, so that's 8. This can't be 9, so it's 5, which makes this 9. This can't be 5 or 9, it's 8, which leaves this as a 5, and that leaves that as a 3. That wasn't that hard. I would consider this hard difficulty. The logic behind this is kind of convoluted, but it's not difficult. It's just a lot of math, I would say. Math and just positioning, right, of where things could be. So, yeah, I don't know. Seemed fairly straightforward, but execution, obviously there's a lot of things to go through, so that's difficult. But again, I wouldn't put this as very hard. I think just hard difficulty is where I would rate it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.